Alright, so what is up everyone? It's the day after the show, it's Monday, so I just wanted to do a video of a recap of everything that went down, and I want to keep this video just like raw. There's going to be no edits. I haven't really scripted what I'm going to say. I'm literally just going to speak from my mind and from my heart and just let everything out, and hopefully everything will kind of make sense. I won't ramble on too much and try and keep this just short and give you guys, you know, the breakdown of everything in the most simplest answer as possible. But overall, I just want to start off by saying a massive, like, again, thank you to everybody who's been supporting this prep series. You know, literally from day one, I really never thought it was going to turn out like this, with the feedback I had from you guys, the growth in the channel with everyone subscribing. I didn't really feel like I was actually going to be that committed. I just felt like the prep was going to take over. I just wasn't going to have the time, the energy, or the focus to get this series done. But everything just turned out, you know, smoothly. The series was going smoothly, and I was able to do the every other day videos for you guys. So I got frequent videos and frequent content up for you. And overall, I'm just really happy of how things came out. You know, I was really happy. I felt like I got everything out there that was needed, with, you know, details with my supplements, my workouts, my training, an insight to my life as a bodybuilder, online coach and a personal trainer. And I just felt like everything was just running so smoothly, and it just worked out perfectly. So I'm really happy with the outcome of it. I'm more than over the moon with the support that I've had. I've said this a million times. I sound like a broken record, but I just want to keep repeating it because it means so much. And I've said, when I read those comments, you know, it was motivating me so much, and they still are. You know, most of you people, I don't even know who you are, and all the support and all the words that you've been sending in, it's unreal. You know, it really did keep me motivated to keep doing the videos. It really helped me to, you know, push through every workout. You know, like I say, there were days when I woke up and I was just thinking, I really can't be bothered to pick up the camera and vlog today, or I can't even bother to do my cardio. But then I thought, you know, these people are waiting for the next video. They want to see what I'm going to be doing next, and it gave me that boost of energy to get up and go do the job that I needed to do, and, you know, do it with more strength and more, you know, oomph than just kind of half-hearted and just get the job done with like 50% effort. And, you know, it's been incredible. I'm just so over the moon of how everything finished. But well, I want to wrap up this video with like a kind of a conclusion, a summary of everything that happened. And also, I want to know what you guys think. So I want you guys to leave as many comments down below as possible. If there's, you know, if there's any questions you want to ask me, like I did say in a previous video that I'll do maybe a Snapchat Q&A video or an Instagram Q&A video. But, you know, I can also do it here on YouTube. So if you guys have any questions you want to ask me, personal questions, like if you want to ask me, how did I find the prep, how did I find the experience on stage, or what was my worst parts, what was my best parts, how did I find the diet, how did I find the supplements, how did I get on with the coach, if there's any questions you have at all, please feel free to send them and write them down below, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Or if I get a good enough response, I'll make another separate video and I'll answer all those questions, and as a bonus, I'll give you guys a shout out on that video. So if you guys are interested in seeing that, drop some comments down below and send in as many as you want, and we'll do that. But like I say, this video, I want to just give an overall review of everything went down, and the most important part is you guys want to know how the show went, where I finished, and what I thought of it. Now, I was reading a few of the comments, and people were asking me, why didn't I say my placing on the final show day video? The reason being is because I didn't actually get any feedback or any information from the judges on that day. I had to wait till the next day to find out actually where I placed and all the feedback and things like that. So it does take time. You don't actually find out there and then on the day, because it's such a busy schedule and it's a busy event. There's so many other categories they got to go through. I think there's over 200 athletes in total. So to stop it for one person to find out their details and information, obviously they can't do that. So that is why I never explained about my placing. But overall, for you guys that were wondering, I have got my feedback and I finished 5th in my category. So in my category there was a total of 10 people, and I did finish 5th out of those 10 people. So overall I am more than happy with what I got, because my original goal was literally just to step on stage. Of course, every individual out there always wants to win. Everybody wants to get that first place, and I did. But at the start, it was all about just actually completing this prep and stepping on stage and leaving it as that. If I got that done, my goal was achieved. But as I got deeper and deeper into prep, I realised how hard I was pushing. I realised how well my condition was coming in. I really started to then think and believe I can get a little bit more out of this. And then I started to push myself and think, right, I'm now going for top 3. That then became my goal, that I wanted to get top 3 and even the win if I could. So that kind of gave me more motivation and more of a boost in energy to keep pushing harder and harder, because I got more determined, I got more stronger and strength, mindset to just keep going for a higher goal. But overall, the main goal was literally to step on stage. So even though I got 5th, my goal was complete, and that was to step on stage. So I'm over the moon that I done what I set out to do, to step on stage. There's always next year, there's always other events coming up soon that I can always, if I want to, go for those shows and go for a repeat and try and get another higher placing with top 3 or first place or whatnot. But for now, I'm satisfied with where I got. I'm more than satisfied with the package I bought. My coach was happy, but the overalls that he said was I happy with the package? And I was more than happy with the package I bought. And there's another thing that people need to take into consideration is, I'm a person that always likes to be pushed. I always like to not take the easy route and always go to the next level and push myself, push my body physically and mentally. This was my first show that I done, and I did have the option to go into the beginners or the first timers, but I thought, I don't want to do that. I don't want to go into my first show with the beginners and the first timers. I wanted to go in and go into the deep end. I wanted to go in there with people that have got experience, people that have competed before, and challenge myself, to push myself harder, because it meant that my rivals or the competitors that I'll be going up against have got that edge on me. They have that advantage on me. So that meant that I had to push a lot harder to be able to, reach their level and to be able to be on potential of, competing with them and, even beating them. So I pushed myself and put myself into that deep end, when realistically I could have just gone for first timers and took maybe a bit of an easier route. So that is the type of person I am. I will always push myself. I'll always try and go for that next level instead of taking the easy route. So I have to take into consideration, even though this was my first show and I went into a lineup with the intermediates, and I'm not the only one who said this, the class that I was in was probably one of the most strongest class out of all the categories that attended that event that night. So, or shall I say day. So for me, that was still a big achievement to get 5th place in that category. That, it was a very challenging, it was a very tough, strong class. There were some great competitors there, and for me to step into that class as a first timer and to get 5th place, I'm now more than happy and more than satisfied than I was beforehand, because at first I completely forgot about that. As I'm going through the motions, I forgot about the whole thing of, this is my first show, I'm stepping into the big guns, I'm going in with the intermediates, people that have got experience. There's some people that have already won shows before, they've done this all before, they know what they're doing. I had no clue, this is all brand new to me. And then I kind of remembered and reminded myself that, yeah, this was my first show, so I have to give myself some sort of credit for doing and achieving what I did for a first timer. So I'm more than happy now than I was on the day, because don't get me wrong, I was very upset, I was very let down on that day, because I wanted more, and I am always very hard on myself. I always criticise myself. I would always say I should have done this better, I should have done that better, and I always beat myself up for not doing what I want to achieve, or if I never got what I achieved, I'll be harsh on myself, and that's just the person I always am. It's a good thing and it is a bad thing at the same time. But like I said, after I kind of, you know, recapped on everything, I got my mind back into a settled place and looked back at it. I remembered that this was my first show. I did go up against a class that were very, very strong. They have experience, and then again, that's when it hit me, and I thought, oh, do you know what? I'm actually happy with how things went. So that's a recap and a breakdown of all that, of where my placing was. Now, there was an issue, and I don't want to make excuses at all, because I'm not one of these people that if something doesn't go right, I will make some sort of excuse. Yes, I'll be harsh on myself. I will say that I personally could have done this or that better, but I will not make any excuse that it was other people's fault. But that this situation that did happen, it was to a degree somebody else's fault, and it did play a massive effect on my focus, my mind, and maybe even my position as well of where I placed. So what happened was, we were backstage, and we were 10 minutes from going on stage, and so I had 10 minutes to pump myself up. I started pumping up, and at this stage I started feeling stronger and stronger and stronger, and feeling more and more confident. I went from like 60% in confidence to 80% in confidence, and as I'm getting more and more pumped up, I boosted right up to like 110% in confidence. And then literally, just as they called out our class, they called us out by names. They mentioned every single person's name, but they didn't call my name. So what happened was, my name for some reason wasn't in the category, and at this point I completely lost everything. I went into a big ball of stress. I got nervous. I was angry, I was upset, I was confused, everything was going on, and this was like the worst situation to happen, and at the time that happened as well. So I immediately panicked. I immediately went into this big ball of stress. I was sweating head to toe. My tan started like dripping a bit. I had to call up my coach and my mother to try and get them to come round and bring an application form to find out where I was and why am I not on the sheet. Lucky enough, my coach was very, very calm and was able to control the situation very nicely. So I want to say a massive thank you to him for really taking care of the situation for not just me, but for my family as well, because they started getting livid. They were angry, they were upset, they were nervous as well, and they were stressing out. So he kept them calm and he kept me calm, and he never had to do that. That wasn't his job title. His job title was just to be my coach. But he then became more of a family figure and took control of the situation to let everybody else be less stressed and try and calm everyone down. So again, I want to say a massive thank you to him for, you know, taking control of the situation. Eventually, we did get it sorted out. I did have to go all the way back to the main entrance, go back up to the registration office bit and get all the paperwork sorted out to figure out what was going on. There was an issue, and it was the Federation's fault. They did have two pieces of paperwork, one saying I was in the intermediates and one saying I was in the bodybuilding category. They did switch it eventually, but at this stage I was so out of focus. I'd lost my focus, I lost my zone. I literally had 5 minutes to oil up and get pumped up, that it kind of just, it threw me off. It threw me off so much that I just started getting more and more wound up, and I was getting pissed off. I'm not going to lie, I got pissed off at this stage, and I just felt like, you know, I can't be bothered anymore because I was so stressed out. They'd done this at the most worst time ever. But I just had to crack on. I had to do it. There was no way that I was just going to give up and not step on stage. So I ran backstage. I oiled up really quickly, which, shout out again to my coach, helped me out there. And then I got backstage and I'd done the best I could to pump up. Then just as I went to go on stage, the person that was backstage obviously had the old paperwork, so my name was still not written on the piece of paper. And also, the judge's paperwork didn't have my name written down. The only bit that had my name written down was when I went back to the register office. So the people backstage and the judges themselves still thought I wasn't included in this category. So I kind of, if you watch on the video, everybody comes out and lines out, and then I'm a bit delayed because the person who was backstage was telling me that I'm not on this show. But I did say, and I had to quickly, really quickly explain the situation, then he let me on. So I then come out a little bit delayed, and then once I got on stage, I looked at the judges and I automatically saw all the judges then say, what's this guy doing? He's not meant to be on the stage right now. He's not meant to be in this category. But I was meant to be on there. Like I said, they didn't have the update paperwork. So that threw me off again because I wasn't concentrating on holding my poses. I just kept looking down at the judges who were looking up and pointing at me saying, who's this bloke? Why is he on stage? So that threw me off. And then at that point, everything just kind of went blank. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just so pissed off. I was so stressed out. Then I kind of recouped and gained my focus again and thought I just need to focus and get in my poses and do what I got to do. And if you see in some of the highlights, I even got some of the poses wrong. That they called out a side tricep pose and I'd done a side chest. This was all simply because one, I couldn't hear properly, and two, like I said, I was so unfocused, I was so stressed out that I lost all focus at all. I keep saying the same thing, but that is what literally genuinely happened. And it sounds like I'm making massive excuses, but you don't understand unless the situation happens to you. You know, you're looking at all these judges that are still going on and saying, who's that person? Why is he on this stage? And at the same time, you're trying to listen to what the call out is for the pose. And it was all going on, and like I said, my mind just went blank, but I kind of regained my focus. I got what I got back, and I just, you know, at that point I just thought, right, I've got to just be strong and do the best I can with my poses. I did that. Then once they broke the groups up and done 2 lines, I felt a little bit more confident. I just kind of got my thoughts back and thought, right, that's it. When they call our line out, this is when I've got to just go out there and give it all I can. So I got out there, I held my poses as, you know, best as I could. I tried to keep it as professional as I could. And I feel like it was a little bit too late at this stage. And obviously it was too late at this stage because I didn't get the call out that I wanted and I didn't get the place that I wanted. So overall, it was a big palaver. It was a big ball of stress and aggro. My family have always had luck like that, so it wasn't a big surprise in a way, because I've always had bad luck on my side all through my life, and I just knew that something was bound to happen to me, and it did. So people can say that this is an excuse that I'm making. I'm not trying to make an excuse, because yes, the guy who got first place, and actually that's another thing that I need to talk about in a second, but the guy who got first place and the guy who got second place, all credit to them because they did have phenomenal physiques. But I personally believe that I should and could have got a higher position if the situation that did happen didn't happen, if that makes sense. Now, going back to the other story, there was another massive mess up. I don't want to use a swear word. The word I should use is a mess up with the category. Is the actual winner who won the show, if you see again in the video, he comes on kind of late. He wasn't actually backstage with any of us. So all of us that were on the stage at the start had no clue who this guy was. He come out of nowhere, and we found out afterwards that the guy actually weighed 97 kg. Now, our class was intermediates up to 90s. This guy was over 90 kg. I do not know how he managed to get into our category and stay on the stage with us weighing 97 kg. So afterwards I found out that the person who came second place, sorry guys, my camera battery died, so I just had to quickly switch over the battery. So I'm trying to recap what I was saying. The last thing I remember saying, I'm talking about the guy who wasn't in our category. So the guy who got second place found out about this, and obviously I would as well, went to the judges and put in a complaint. I make him right for this, because this guy shouldn't have been in our category. In the end, we found out that the guy who got first place, who weighed 97 kg, did get stripped of his trophy, but still got his invite to the British. I don't know how that works. I don't know how that happens, but somehow this guy who shouldn't have been in our category did get stripped of his title. So second place did get first place. However, he did still get an invite to the British. But that kind of sums up the whole day. That kind of also sums up the UKBFF. And I don't want to put a bad name to the UKBF, but I have heard before from many people that the UKBFF Federation have mucked up previously before at events and shows. And I feel like the evidence was there to prove the facts that this was a mess up from the Federation. And like I said, I don't want to give them a bad name, because The UKBFF is a great federation. You know, it's the federation that allows you to become a potential IFBB pro. It's a massive organisation. It's a massive federation. You know, you've had the likes of the Flex Lewis, Nathan Diashi, some massive names who have gone through those ranks to become IFBB pros. But this just happened to be one of those days where it just didn't go planned for me and obviously a few other people in our category. But it sometimes is what it is. I believe things happen in life for a reason. Maybe this is what happened. But I want to try and keep this short. So that explains everything that what happened, my placing and the situation that happened at the show. So you guys now get an understanding of why as well I wanted to leave this to a separate video, because I didn't want to chuck this into that video as well, the final show day, because it would have dragged out and it would have gone on for ages. So that's why I've done it in a two-part video, so I can explain in full detail and with every bit of information that you guys wanted to hear, instead of making it quick and short and just giving you the short answer and just saying I came 5th and this guy shouldn't have been in our category, because people want to know more information and the reason why. So that's why I separated the video. So I do apologise for you guys that were waiting to find out my placing. You've had to wait a little bit longer. I do apologise, but now you know and understand the reason why and behind it. But overall, as you can see, like I've got my trophy here with my father. The main goal for me was literally, and the main goal for us, like I said in the previous video, was to step on stage, and that's all it was. It was for me to go on that stage and represent my last name and make my old man as proud as I could make him be. And I feel personally I achieved that goal, and I have achieved the goal that I wanted to achieve, and I've achieved the goal that we wanted to achieve and set out 6 years ago. So overall, I'm just happy that we've done that. As for what are the plans for the future, we were considering doing a show in a couple of weeks, but I just feel like at the moment, I just really feel like I want to have some time off from not just the prep, because it was only a 16-week prep, and I ain't going to lie to you guys, it was draining. I am pooped at the end of it. I am completely exhausted and tired, but I just want to have a complete break of everything with the training, the regimen of waking up every day, having to eat every 3 hours, tracking everything, you know, all that sort of stuff. It is time consuming. It takes a lot away from you. You have to become very individual and very selfish, and you miss out on a lot of stuff. And over the last 6 years, I've missed out on so many events with my family. So my plan is for the next year, until I compete again next year, I want to just take some time off, not for the full year, but for the next couple of weeks or so. I want to take some time off and just catch up with my family. I want to, you know, go out on events. I don't want to have to be clock watching with my meals. I want to be able to just be more relaxed, eat what I want when I want, and just enjoy some good quality time and downtime, you know. Just have a bit of, you know, freedom, relaxation, and not have to worry about all that sort of things. I will be going back to my personal training as of next week. So I will be going straight back to work. My online coaching never stopped. I was still taking on all my clients. I was still getting back to all my clients, even throughout prep, you know, even right up till show day. I was dealing with all my online clients, and I still am. So if any guys are interested for any online coaching with me for fat loss, muscle gaining, my 12-week program, my 16-week programs, anything like that, go check out the website, which is trainedbywarrior.co.uk. You can find out the services that I provide, and you can find out more information about how you can apply for your application and get started with me. So if you are interested, you know, head over to that website, or you can just literally email me straight direct and we can go from there. But like I say, my plan now is for the next couple of weeks to just have a little bit of time off. I am going to have a week off after this video from YouTube, and then I'm going to go away. I've got some plans set up what I want to do for the YouTube channel. There are going to be some really cool videos over the next couple of weeks where I may do a few food challenges for you guys, just make it a little bit more fun, you know, get to see me do some food challenges, eating some good food, and also maybe a couple down the life videos of what I do in my relaxation mode, you know, in my holiday mode, if that's what you want to call it. You can see what I do, you know, just on my days off from the gym, days off from training, and the days with my family just enjoying the food, and the approach that I'm going to have on the rebound of the post show. So if you guys want to, you know, find out more of what goes down, make sure you do subscribe to the YouTube channel. You can keep up to date what's going on. But if you want to find out also on a personal level of what I do on a daily basis, make sure to add me up on my Snapchat and Instagram, because like I said, for the next week I'm not going to be posting any YouTube videos. So if you still want to see what goes on in my life, make sure to add me up on my Snapchat and Instagram. You will see all the daily snaps of the food that I'm eating, and I've also explained on there over the past couple of days my approach of what I'm going to be doing with the reverse dieting, how I'm going to be attacking my foods, my cardio and everything, to keep my body in good condition, and you know, just everything's going to be on the Snapchat and Instagram. So make sure to add me up on there. Like I said, I am going to have a break for the week from YouTube. This will be the last video see, and then from there I'll decide what videos I'm going to be posting up. And I said they are going to be fun, exciting videos with some good food and things like that, and I know that's some of the things that majority of you people like to see. So stick around by subscribing to the YouTube channel. I really hope this video gave you a breakdown of everything. Like I said, if you want to send in any questions at all, you want to ask me any personal questions or any questions regarding my prep in general, please feel free to leave a comment down below, and you can ask as many questions as you want. And if I do get a good enough response, I will do a separate video and I'll answer all those questions in that video for you as well. But other than that, guys, that is pretty much it. That is a wrap on the bodybuilding prep series 2017. I hope you have enjoyed every single video. I hope every video gave great information and great content and was entertaining as well. If it was, give this video a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments below, and if there's anything specific you want to see in the next upcoming videos, let me know also in the comments below. If there's a you know, specific food challenge you want to see me do or recommend me to do, let me know in the comments below. And you know, just give me some good ideas. But again, I want to say a massive thank you to everyone. This video has probably rambled on, so I'll try and do my best to edit some of it out and keep it nice and short. But you know me, I like to ramble on, and I like to make sure I get everything in as detailed as possible. So as always, guys, a big massive thank you again. This video has been, you know, an honor to make. This series has been an honor to make. This whole series was dedicated to my old man and to you guys out there for supporting the channel. As always, stay safe, make it happen, and I'll see you guys very soon. Peace out.
Things inside my head keep me going. Don't need someone to throw me money, they should show it.